this is Andy Simpson from Educational Technology in Fort Worth ISD. I'm here today to talk to you about a screencasting tool called Matic. Screencasting is used in e-learning to help describe and explain and to connect with students. E-learning is becoming an increasing part of our daily lives as we use it in business and in school and prepare our students for success after school. During this video today, we'll look at how to access Screencast-O-Matic, how to use Screencast-O-Matic, why screencasting is important, and what are the best practices when screencasting. So let's get started accessing Screencast-O-Matic. You'll want to go to the URL on the screen at screencast-o-matic.com. Now you're at Screencast-O-Matic. If you've previously had an account, you can log in or you can sign up. When signing up, you're able to sign up with your Google account or with your own email account. Now that you've chosen to create an account, you'll land on your personal dashboard. You'll see that your account is in the top right-hand corner, where you'll be allowed to update your profile or to log out. The buttons across will show you where to start the recorder, which we're about to do, to open the video editor if you sign up for a paid account, or to install Screencast-O-Matic to your Windows or Mac device. Now, I'm recording this on a Chromebook, so that option is not available to me, but it is an easy install if you choose to do that. So let's start the recorder. As you'll see, the recorder pops up on my screen, and it is worth noting that under the free version, you are only able to record 15 minutes at a time, but you can record unlimited numbers of videos. Whenever I'm recording, I can choose to record my information at the bottom of your screen, or I can choose to do just the application window, which will then trim off the top and bottom parts of your screen to only show what you're working on in the center of the screen. We're going to choose the entire screen for right now, and you can choose whether or not to share the audio as you go through your screen in case there's something playing on the screen that you'd like to display in your video. So I'm going to click share. It begins to pull up the recorder with the ability to show the screen, the ability to show the webcam, or both. Okay, we're going to launch the recorder by clicking Start Recorder. And when we do so, we have the chance to choose Internal Display or Application Window. Whenever I record, I have the opportunity to choose recording just the screen with no webcam. I can choose webcam only. I can choose to use both. I can record a maximum time of 15 minutes using the free account. Now, if you choose to pay, you can obviously get more, but in EdTech, we do have tutorials on how to stitch videos together and ways to do that so that you don't have to be bound by these 15-minute time limits. You also will choose can choose a different microphone for narration. You'll notice at the beginning of this, I chose this audio device, but you can use your internal mic, or you can choose not to narrate at all. One thing that is important about narration is, number one, the explaining factor of making sure that what people are seeing on the screen makes sense to them, but also to help connect you to the audience. I'm going to go back to just my screen. When I'm ready to record, I'm going to click this record button. These recording options are not allowed to me because I'm using a Chromebook, but with a Windows or Mac device, you're able to access different recording options. I'm going to click record. And it gave me a countdown and told me it was ready to go. Once I'm no longer recording in Screencast-O-Matic, you can see it has the button to play my video. It gives me the option to delete and start over, or to click Done, where I will begin to choose where I'm going to save and share my video, or to cancel and essentially delete that video again. One good thing about recording with Screencast-O-Matic or other screencasting options, they do give you the option to pause while you're recording, which is kind of covered up by my screen here. But with that pause when recording, you're able to stop and gather your thoughts. I've actually paused this recording several times throughout to either gather my thoughts or to come up with another way to say something. So you're able to do that also with Screencast-O-Matic, and we'll see if I can get that to happen. I'm going to click Done. And it does give you the option to trim your video, to take a little bit off the front end or off the back end of it. See if I can clear this little message out. You can't actually carve up your video. That's something you can do on a PC or on a Mac, but you're not able to do that with a Chromebook, unfortunately. When you do finish, once you've trimmed off whatever part you want to trim off, you can save as a video file directly to your device. You can upload it to a Screencast-O-Matic account. You can upload it to YouTube. You'll have to have a YouTube account connected, or you can upload to your Google Drive. Now, I know that on PC and Mac, you have other options as well, but this gives you an idea of what the general options will look like for you and for your students. So I'm going to choose just to save as a video file. And it's going to record this, call it recording 2, and it's going to begin saving it. And it says that it's finished, so it's done. If you choose to upload to Screencast-O-Matic, when you click Upload to Screencast-O-Matic, it offers which account you're going to put it in, allows you to choose a title for it, and you simply click in there and change the name of the recording. You can offer some sort of description, put a password, come up with a custom link for your video to make it whether or not it's searchable everywhere or nowhere, and then click Publish, and that will send it to your Screencast-O-Matic account. With YouTube, it's similar options. You choose which account. I would have to add my account to that, give it a title, and choose what sort of privacy, which is really important. Do you want it to be private, only you, or unlisted where people can find it if you give them the link? And then you choose Publish, where to publish. Google Drive, which account, give it a name, and then choose is it shared with anyone, anywhere. So those are your publishing options. Now the question of why use screencasting? Well, in an online environment or a distance environment where you're no longer face-to-face with students, it's very helpful to be able to explain things visually to them, and screencasting is a way to do so on a computer screen. To learn more about screencasting or video editing or any other topic, there are links to tutorials and help guides on our EdTech webpage at the link listed here, fwisd.org/page/6527. We also have a link to our YouTube channel, which has this tutorial and many others on it. It's youtube.com/user/fwisdedtech. Our EdTech blog houses this video and many others, and has frequent segments from teachers and other educators to offer tips and inspirational stories. And that's at bit.ly/fwisdedtech blog, and that is case sensitive. And then finally, maybe most importantly, reach out to your EdTech specialist. Every campus has an EdTech specialist that is assigned to that campus to help out with teachers and staff. So please reach out to your specialist, and if you don't know who they are, ask around. Someone will know. We're always glad to help you with screencasting, distance learning, or any other technology integration.